Welcome back to the channel, everyone. In today's exciting episode, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare American coinage as we explore 6 of the most valuable and ultra-rare United States coins ever discovered. These aren't your everyday pocket change finds. Each of these coins carries incredible historical significance, unique features, and market values that have shocked collectors and investors alike. From stunning design details to unexpected minting errors and elusive high-grade survivors, these coins represent the pinnacle of rarity, and the 1972 D. Kennedy half-dollar holds a special place in modern U.S. numismatics. While the series began in 1964, by the early 1970s, the coin was evolving from a circulation piece to a collector's object, and this particular issue is sought for both its commonness in circulating grades and for certain rare varieties. For the collector interested in U.S. half-dollars, the 1972 D is a convenient yet interesting date. It offers low face value entry but, in high condition or rare variety, can command meaningful premiums. It appeals to collectors who appreciate the Kennedy portrait era, modern clad composition, and variety hunting. Though not generally regarded as one of the ultra-key coins of U.S. numismatics, it nonetheless offers an accessible modern half-dollar with potential for upgrade and rarity recognition. This coin was struck at the Denver Mint, mint mark D, for general circulation and bullion issues in 1972. According to data, the mintage for the 1972 D. Kennedy half-dollar was 141,890,000. Its production falls within the clad era, post-silver, of the Kennedy half-dollar, after the 40% silver versions were eliminated in 1970. The broader Kennedy half-dollar series was introduced in the wake of President John F. Kennedy's assassination in 1963, his image replacing the Franklin design in 1964. In 1972, the U.S. economy and coinage circulation were affected by changing public behavior. The half-dollar denomination was already in decline in everyday use. Thus the coin sits at an interesting moment, still broadly struck for circulation, yet increasingly appreciated by collectors as the public used fewer half-dollars, and the series began to become more specialist than general purpose. In terms of physical specifications, the 1972 D. Kennedy half-dollar has a diameter of 30.61 and a weight of 11.3 g for the business strike. Composition: it is copper-nickel clad, 75% copper, 25% nickel outer layers over a pure copper core. The obverse features John F. Kennedy's bust facing left, designed by Gilroy Roberts, and the reverse features the presidential seal eagles designed by Frank Gasparo. In typical coins, the initials FG of Gasparo appear on the reverse beneath the eagle's left talon leg, though interestingly one of the rare varieties of this date lacks the FG initials, a point of variety interest FS901. Visually and technically, for the clad series, the strike quality, surface preservation, bag marks, contact marks, and eye appeal, tunning, luster are key for collector appeal. While the design is not radical, it continues the familiar Kennedy obverse we all know. The modern collectible appeal lies in finding a strong strike, minimal marks, and ideally high grade or a recognized variety. Under normal circumstances, the 1972 D. Kennedy half-dollar would be considered common. With a mintage of approximately 141.9 million, specimens exist in abundance. As a result, ordinary circulated examples trade at modest premiums over face value. However, the key to collector value is condition, uncirculated gem top grades, and indeed the presence of noted varieties. For example, the no FG variety FS901, where the FG initials on the reverse are missing, is recognized as presently very rare among that issue. According to a numismatic article, a 1972 D No FG graded MS63 sold for $2,485 as a highlight. Thus, while the base coin is common, the combination of top-graded condition and recognized variety creates a restricted field, thereby elevating rarity. Condition is critical. Even a coin graded, say, MS63 or MS64, uncirculated, commands far more than a heavily bag-marked example. Collectors focus on strike, luster, absence of marks, original surfaces, and certification by major grading services. For the standard 1972 D Kennedy half-dollar in average circulated condition, recent price guides suggest values of under 1.5 in typical grades. For example, the online resource shows values for uncirculated MS Plus, minimal at about $3.58 or more. On the other hand, for high grades MS condition, and especially for error or variety specimens, values escalate. A broad guide once listed a 1972 D50C MS62 at roughly $7,200, though this number is flagged as significant rarity among modern clad coins. For the no FG variety specifically, one auction record shows MS63 sold for approximately $2,485.13. Recent archived sales of FS9, a one variety grades AU55 MS64, ranged from about $119 to $953 in one sample over 15 years. Thus, realistic market values depend heavily on grade and variety. For a typical circulated coin, modest value. For an uncirculated coin without errors graded MS65 plus, maybe several tens to a few hundreds of dollars. And for the rare recognized variety in high grades, thousands of dollars. The driving factors for value are condition, certification, recognized variety, no FG, collector demand for modern varieties, and the general health of the coin collecting market. If you're considering acquiring a 1972 D Kennedy half-dollar or upgrading one, here are some practical tips for collectors. First, decide whether you're collecting the base coin or seeking the variety, no FG. If it's the variety, you must inspect the reverse for the absence of the FG, initials beneath the eagle's leg, often requiring magnification. As the variety is rare, you'll want certification by a respected third-party grading service, e.g., Professional Coin Grading Service PCGS or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation NGC. For any high-grade purchase, look for gem grades, MS65 and above, and check the population reports. Proper storage is a must. Keep the coin in a stable, low-humidity environment, ideally inert holders, and avoid excessive handling. If you're buying, work with reputable dealers or trusted auction houses. Check for certification label, slab condition, and images of the coin. And always compare recent auction results for that exact grade and variety to assess fair market value. For the base coin, you might find attractive raw, uncertified, uncirculated examples at modest cost, but for the premium variety, slabbed certification is nearly essential. Finally, be patient. Modern clad coins may require time for rarity recognition and value appreciation. In summary, the 1972 D Kennedy half-dollar is a modern-era U.S. half-dollar that bridges circulation use and specialist collecting. While its base mintage is large and ordinary examples remain inexpensive, the presence of a distinct variety, no FG, and the possibility of higher-grade uncirculated examples gives this date real interest to numismatists. Historically, it captures the post-silver, clad era of the Kennedy half-dollar series and sits at a point when half-dollars were already moving away from everyday circulation use. Aesthetically and monetarily, the coin rewards those who seek strong surfaces, good eye appeal, and certified pedigree. For new next up to in the 1973 D Kennedy half-dollar holds a meaningful place in modern U.S. numismatics, appealing particularly to collectors who seek high-grade circulation strikes from the post-silver era. While most examples were produced for everyday commerce, only top-quality pieces, especially those that have survived in pristine mint state, are considered valuable today. The coin's connection to the Kennedy series, its artistry, and its limited availability in superb condition give it steady market demand. Though it is not a million-dollar rarity, The finest known examples can command impressive premiums among dedicated collectors and registry set competitors. Minted at the Denver Mint in 1973, the 1973 D-half dollar belongs to the standard copper-nickel-clad series introduced after the U.S. reduced silver content in the mid-1960s. During this period, half dollars saw declining circulation due to reduced public use, making later-date issues less commonly encountered despite relatively high mintages. The coin continues the tribute to President John F. Kennedy following his 1963 assassination, with the design remaining a patriotic cultural symbol throughout the early 1970s. The 1973 halves were not included in U.S. mint sets for general circulation, only in special mint sets, further influencing how many high-grade pieces survive today. The obverse displays Gilroy Roberts' portrait of John F. Kennedy, showcasing sharp detailing in the hair, cheekbone, and lettering when well struck. The reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, features the presidential seal, an eagle with a shield, arrows, olive branches, and a halo of stars. Struck in copper-nickel-clad composition, the coin weighs 11.34 grams and measures 30.6 in diameter. High-grade examples are visually appealing when they show strong luster, minimal marks from coin handling, and crisp features such as the eagle's feathers and Kennedy's hair. In top mint state levels, these attributes make certain pieces stand out dramatically from average circulated examples. While the 1973 D-half dollar is common in circulated grades and moderately available in average mint state, the rarity emerges at the highest certification levels. Coins graded MS-66, MS-67, and especially MS-68 become extremely scarce due to the Denver Mint's production characteristics, including bag marks, weak strikes, and handling abrasions. No major varieties exist for the date, but superb gem specimens with exceptional strike quality and nearly flawless surfaces command strong collector interest. It is these top-tier survivors, representing a tiny percentage of the original production, that make the year and mint mark noteworthy. Typical circulated 1973 D-halves are worth only face value, while common mint state examples, MS-60, MS-63, generally sell for $2.06. Values rise substantially for gem pieces. MS-65 coins often range from $20 to $40, while MS-66 examples may reach $60 $120 depending on eye appeal. The greatest value lies in high-end registry-quality pieces, where MS-67 coins can sell for several $100s, and exceptionally rare MS-68 examples have sold for $1,500 when offered at major numismatic auctions. These prices reflect real collector competition and the scarcity of flawless-clad half-dollars from the 1970s. Collectors seeking the most valuable 1973 D-half dollar should prioritize coins certified by leading grading services such as PCGS or NGC, as authenticated grades drastically affect market value. When examining raw coins, focus on luster, strike quality, and the absence of contact marks, especially on Kennedy's cheek in the open fields. Proper storage is essential to preserve appearance. Use inert holders or slabs, and avoid PVC-based plastics. Acquiring high-grade examples is best done through reputable dealers, online auction platforms, or coin shows where scrutiny under proper lighting is possible. Registry collectors should also consider population reports to understand true rarity at higher grades. In summary, the 1973 D Kennedy half-dollar stands as a significant issue within the modern clad series, valued not for silver content but for its historical tribute, artistic appeal, and rarity in top condition. While common in regular circulation, truly exceptional mint state examples represent premium collectibles with strong appreciation potential. For both new collectors and seasoned numismatists, this coin offers an accessible entry point into the Kennedy series, while still presenting exciting opportunities for discovery and investment when found in superb gem grades. Its timeless design and enduring demand ensure its continued relevance in the world of U.S. coin collecting. Next up in the 1974 D. Kennedy half dollar holds a respected place in modern U.S. numismatics, especially in its highest grades and rarest varieties. While most 1974 D half dollars are common in circulated condition, the exceptional examples, particularly those graded at the top of the scale or exhibiting rare errors, have become highly desired among collectors. This coin appeals not only because of its affordability in lower grades, but also for the premium values achieved by rare mint-state pieces. Its strong market demand is driven by its position in the popular Kennedy half-dollar series, its connection to an iconic American era, and the pursuit of pristine examples that remain surprisingly difficult to locate. The 1974 D half-dollar was minted at the Denver Mint during a time when the U.S. was undergoing significant political and economic change. Although the Kennedy series began in 1964, as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy following his assassination, the mid-1970s issues continued to reflect the enduring public admiration for him. By 1974, circulation of half-dollars had declined, yet minting continued for transactional use, coinage continuity, and collector interest. No specific event is commemorated on the 1974 D issue, but it remains a product of an era influenced by post-Vietnam War transitions, economic uncertainty, and growing interest in modern coin collecting. The design of the 1974 D half-dollar follows the classic Kennedy half-dollar artwork created by Gilroy Roberts obverse and Frank Gasparo reverse. The obverse features a detailed portrait of President Kennedy, showcasing fine hairlines and facial details that become significantly important when judging condition. The reverse displays the heraldic presidential coat of arms, an eagle with a shield, holding an olive branch and arrows, surrounded by 50 stars. Struck in a copper-nickel clad composition, 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. The coin weighs 11.34 grams and measures 30.6. What makes high-grade 1974 D examples visually special is the sharpness of the strike. Truly full mint-state pieces show crisp detail, clean fields, and strong luster, making them stand out from typical circulation-worn coins. While the 1974 D half-dollar had a very high mintage of more than 79 million pieces, most entered circulation and saw heavy wear, making pristine specimens far less common. The true rarity lies not in the coin's base issue, but in top-grade examples, particularly those achieving MS-67 or higher from grading services such as PCGS and NGC. Additionally, a few error varieties, such as double-die obverses or off-center strikes, significantly increase rarity and desirability. Because clad coins are prone to contact marks and dull surfaces, uncirculated pieces with flawless fields are surprisingly scarce. As a result, condition becomes the single most important factor determining whether a 1974 D half-dollar is ordinary or exceptionally valuable. In the current numismatic market, typical circulated 1974 D half-dollars hold only modest value, generally ranging from face value to a few dollars. However, the rarest mint-state examples command dramatically higher prices. High-grade MS-66 examples often sell for $150–300, depending on eye appeal. Truly exceptional MS-67 pieces, exceedingly rare due to strike and surface preservation standards, can reach $1,500–3,000, with auction results occasionally going higher. Error varieties add further value. A well-defined double-die obverse may sell for several $100s, while major off-center or clip-planchet errors can reach $200–600. The coin's value continues to rise gradually, supported by growing interest in top-quality modern U.S.-clad koi collectors seeking the most valuable 1974 D half dollars should prioritize sharp strikes, bright luster, and minimal surface marks. Certification by reputable grading services is essential, as it guarantees authenticity, confirms grade, and protects buyers in the high-grade market where slight differences in grade dramatically affect price. When searching raw coins, focus on hair detail, cheek smoothness on Kennedy's portrait, and clean fields free of scratches. Proper storage, such as airtight capsules, temperature-controlled environments, and avoiding PVC materials, is critical for preserving luster and preventing tunning. Reputable dealers, online auction houses, and specialized numismatic communities are the best sources for acquiring premium examples or discovering rare error varieties. The 1974 D Kennedy half dollar remains an appealing and rewarding coin for collectors, offering a blend of historical significance, artistic design, and the challenge of finding high-grade or rare error examples that command strong market prices. Its connection to the Kennedy legacy enhances its cultural importance, while its scarcity in top condition elevates it above many other modern clad issues. Whether collected for historical appreciation, aesthetic enjoyment, or long-term investment, the highest quality 1974 D half dollars continue to show potential for steady value growth. For both beginners and experienced numismatists, this coin stands as an accessible yet potentially lucrative addition to a well-rounded collection. Next up in the 1989 P Kennedy half dollar holds a distinctive place in modern numismatics, not because of widespread rarity, but because the finest surviving examples and certain scarce error varieties command exceptional interest among collectors. While circulating examples are typically common and inexpensive, top-graded specimens, particularly those certified in MS-68 or higher, can sell for surprisingly strong prices due to their scarcity and pristine condition. This makes the 1989 P a fascinating study in how modern coins, when preserved in extraordinary grades or struck with rare minting anomalies, can attract significant collector demand and stand out within the broader Kennedy half-dollar series. Minted at the Philadelphia Mint during a period of declining circulation demand for the half-dollar, the 1989 P represents the later years of the copper-nickel-clad Kennedy series. By the late 1980s, half-dollars saw minimal everyday use, resulting in most of the mintage going straight into storage or mixed bags rather than heavy public circulation. This shift in usage patterns makes the date interesting from a historical perspective, as it reflects changing American currency habits. Though the coin does not commemorate a specific event, it continues the legacy of the Kennedy series, which honors President John F. Kennedy and remains one of the most recognizable U.S. coin designs of the modern era. The 1989 P half dollar features the iconic obverse portrait of President Kennedy by Gilroy Roberts, sharp, modernistic, and symbolic of the energy of the 1960s, and the reverse design by Frank Gasparo, showcasing the presidential coat of arms with an eagle clutching arrows and an olive branch. Struck in copper-nickel clad, the coin weighs 11.34 grams and measures 30.6 mm in diameter. While the visual design remained consistent with earlier issues, high-grade pieces stand out with deeply lustrous surfaces, crisp details in Kennedy's hair, and sharply defined feathering on the eagle. Error varieties such as off-center strikes, double-die obverses, or broad strikes give certain pieces unique stylistic characteristics highly prized by specialists. Although the Philadelphia Mint produced millions of 1989 P half dollars, true rarity emerges in top-condition survivors. Most examples experienced bag marks, abrasions, or dull luster due to bulk handling. As a result, coins graded MS-68 are exceptionally rare, and MS-69 examples are virtually unknown, sometimes achieving standout prices when they appear at auction. Error coins, especially dramatic off-centers or double-die strikes, are also significantly scarcer than their regular issue counterparts. Overall, rarity for this date comes not from low mintage but from the scarcity of flawlessly preserved or uniquely struck pieces, driving strong collector competition for the best specimens. Market values for 1989 P. Kennedy half dollars vary widely depending on grade and variety. Typical circulated or lower mint state examples are worth only face value to a few dollars. However, high-grade certified examples show a major price jump. Coins graded MS-67 generally sell from $40 to $90, while top population pieces in MS-68 can command $400 to $1,200 depending on eye appeal and auction demand. Rare error varieties range from $50 for minor anomalies to $300 for major off-center or dramatic double die strikes. These values reflect genuine numismatic trends rather than speculation, emphasizing how quality, rarity, and certification drive modern-date coin premiums. Collectors seeking a premium 1989 P half dollar should prioritize coins certified by reputable grading services such as PCGS or NGC, as authentication and accurate grading are essential for modern issues where high-condition scarcity drives value. When evaluating raw coins, look for sharp strikes, unbroken luster, minimal contact marks, and clean surfaces in the fields. Storage is equally important. Use inert holders or slabs to prevent tunning or environmental damage. For error enthusiasts, study reputable references and compare known varieties to avoid misidentifying common machine doubling as genuine double die errors. Auctions, established dealers, and numismatic communities are the best places to locate high-grade or specialized pieces. In summary, the 1989 P. Kennedy half dollar stands out in modern collecting not because of widespread rarity, but because of the exceptional value placed on pristine condition examples and scarce minting errors. Its blend of historical continuity, familiar yet iconic design, and condition-based scarcity makes it appealing to both novice collectors and advanced specialists. While most examples remain inexpensive, the finest pieces offer real investment potential as populations in top grades remain extremely limited. For collectors who appreciate the nuances of modern U.S. coinage, the 1989 P half dollar serves as an intriguing reminder that even common-date coins can achieve remarkable desirability when preserved at the highest level.